Good morning, everybody. Good morning. I'm so excited. I'm nervous, right? You could see that already. Is anybody else nervous? Oh, good. Well, I'm really excited, especially for the first-timers today, because today's a chance to learn about Atomy. And I just welcome you and encourage you to open your hearts and your minds to feel and experience the Atomy heart and our spirit, because that's the opportunity you have today. So it's my pleasure today to present to you about our company and also about our marketing and our compensation plan. So let's get going. So first, Atomy. Atomy is a consumer club, but what it functions as is a global distributor. As you know, we have an online shopping store, and we also have a broadcasting TV system so that we can learn about Atomy by self-study. But it's a new type of company in many ways, which you'll learn about today. You've heard and been introduced to Mr. Hangil Park. He's the visionary, the creator, the founder, and he's created a very generous system for us. He uses all of his experience in network marketing. As well, he was a big visionary for online shopping. In 2000, you see, he created I Am Korea. That was the same time that the founder of Amazon and the founder of Alibaba had their vision. This is Mr. Park, who you're going to get to know more and more, especially for you newcomers. But he's going to have more of an impact than any of those other people because of the generous compensation plan that we'll talk about today. So Mr. Park is a leading visionary that you have to meet, and he'll be here again, probably in the spring. His main goal is customer success, and that's how the whole company has been designed, for our success. Another leading management person is Dr. Byun, and he was the big driving force behind the development of Hemohim. Does everybody know Hemohim? Yes. Isn't it a wonderful product? Yes. He led the team for that. But he's an incredible person, one of the top 100 scientists in the world. He has many patents, almost 60 patents. You've been introduced to Dr. Lee, and I'm so happy to see him again. And I really welcome him because his videos inspire us, and his speeches in person have inspired us. Not only does he know about strategy and have great economic background, but he knows what inspires people, how we think, how we feel, how we're motivated. And he gives us the practical tools, how we can share and love our neighbors with the Atomy products. We have a big team, but they have big, big goals. Atomy has the goal to be the #1 supplier of everyday necessary consumer goods with fully satisfied customers. Again, the customer is #1 for Atomy. The second goal, which everybody in this room should be very excited about, is that the goal is to have the largest number of high-income earning member agents in the world. We can make a living income, we can make a very nice living income by following the Atomy system. Those are two big goals that are for us, every one of us. I, like you, am a member. We're all members, and we all are going to have the opportunity to reach this goal. The second part of our strength with Atomy is our partners who are Kolmar BNH. Kolmar BNH is a joint venture company between KAERI, the Korean Atomic Energy Research Institute, and Kolmar, Korea. So KAERI, what is KAERI? KAERI is an agency of the South Korean national government. They are responsible for developing and delivering fusion technology and radiation technology. That's a big order. And because they've developed safe and clean nuclear energy, which powers almost 40% of the electricity needs of South Korea, they have been a driving force behind the economy in Korea. If you've ever seen a TV that's made in Korea, probably half the people here have a smartphone from Korea. We drive cars from Korea. Incredible, incredible success story with the economy in Korea, which was driven by KAERI. But more, they had a heart to share their technology capabilities with the world through their products like Hemohim. Kolmar is a 100-year-old USA company that started and then branched out throughout the world, including in Korea, with Kolmar Korea. Kolmar is a contract manufacturer. What they do is all the big brand names that basically do marketing and who you may have bought from before, they have the production from Kolmar, okay? And we have them as a partner. They've seen every competitive product out there, especially in skincare and other types of products and pharmaceuticals, and they chose KAERI to partner with. And they chose the philosophy and the love of Atomy to provide great products to the world. A great partnership between Kolmar, KAERI, and Atomy. So what's our success look like? Well, so far, we have over 5 million members in 6 countries that are operating. We generate over $700 million of revenue. We're growing tremendously. 150,000 new members every day. We're expanding into Southeast Asia and South America. Our growth rate is 30 to 50% in sustainable growth. And we have 20 to 30 new products coming every year. And the future is incredibly bright. There are $7 billion people in the world. Most of them have face and hair. There's so many people we can introduce Atomy products to, so the membership can go to the sky. We're expanding throughout the world. We have 6 countries, but we'll be about 14 countries or more in the next few years. Our revenue, our next big target is $10 billion, but from there it can go higher. And we plan to have over 100,000 products through our Atomy online shopping mall. So we have a great vision, and we're on a success path, and we're managing very carefully so that we're a sustainable company and following our principles. Our growth is going into Southeast Asia and South America, and we even have a person who is responsible for opening up Latin American markets. When we open up soon in Mexico, and other countries, Colombia, Peru, eventually probably Brazil. So the markets are growing. Southeast Asia, we already have, of course, Korea and Taiwan and Singapore. Malaysia and Indonesia is coming soon. And Cambodia and Vietnam. The whole world is waiting for Atomy. They're coming to call us there. So there's great opportunities that consumers are running for Atomy. You've seen the people in the hall, they're running. They should be running into this room because this is where the real health and opportunity is. So let me tell you the opportunity more about our marketing and compensation plan. Some of you may say, well, can you really make some money in Atomy? Atomy, does it really give us what we need for our life, for our health, for our income? I'll tell you, yes, it is. And here's how. The Atomy income model is all driven by customer success. It starts and ends with the products. You've heard that our products are absolute quality, absolute top quality, with all the science and technology and patents. Have you ever felt a skin cream as good as our lotion? Our Body Rich that can fix your dry skin. Our AC Special, right? Our toothpaste. Our products are top quality. No one can beat them. And the next thing is our absolute low price. Our absolute low price. This is our value proposition. High quality, low price. Low price that cannot be beaten by a discount store, a wholesale club, an online shopping mall. They cannot go as low as we can go. Because Mr. Park will tell you, when you watch his videos and you'll hear him on stage sometime, that he'll tell you is we're going as low as anybody can produce it. And when we get lower, do we add that to the profits of the company? No. The company increases the volume in the product to give it back to the consumer. So this is what drives the income. The company only makes money if someone buys a product. And we only make money and income from our commissions if somebody uses and loves and uses the product. So this results in voluntary consumer reordering. Okay, people want to buy. They want to have Atomy products. And this voluntary consumer reordering leads to residual income. And that's what we're really here to talk about in the compensation plan, because residual income is very, very good. So we're not business driven. If you've ever heard of an MLM company that uses consumer networking, they make all their money on fees. You have to pay to get in, pay for a package, pay for a website, all these things. That is how those companies make money. We are not business driven like that. We are in fact consumer driven. Again, only when a consumer buys a product they love does the company make money, and do we make money. So when we join the company, we have our personal ID number, and we have no fees. We could list 20 fees that the other companies have. We have none of it. And we have no buying requirement. You can buy 1, 2, 100. It's up to you. It's freedom to shop when you want, for what you want. It's all up to you. But how do we make the money? It starts with the point value. So how do we make the PV? It's very simple. Just switch from other products to Atomy. So let me give you an example of two of our products, the Hemoheme and the Skincare System 6. Because they both have the same price and they both have the same point values. So if you buy one box of Hemoheme, the unit price is going to be $159. And you'll receive 100,000 point value, 100,000 PV for that one box. As you buy more quantity, up to 4, let's say, you would have a total order amount. You'd pay $352 for the 4 boxes, which gives you $88 per box. And you would also have 100,000 point value. So this is how we find the point values. Every time we buy online, it lists the point values next to the price. And so as you're shopping, you're accumulating point values. Well, what do you do with the point values? Let me tell you. We have 2 main income sources in Atomy. I'm going to talk about the main 2. General commission and mastership bonus. So for general commission, as you have to be qualified to earn an income check. Okay? So you become qualified just by switching from other products that you're using to our better products and our cheaper products at Atomy. And as you're doing that, you're becoming qualified. Points are accumulating on your membership number. It's one time for life. You do not make any money yet, but you're ready for making money. We have 4 levels that you need to reach for qualification, and each of these levels give you a different size compensation check. Okay? These levels are 300,000, 700,000, 1.5 million, and 2.4 million PV. And I'll show you in a minute how much you get every day when you hit that. Okay? Now these don't go away, and when you move from 300,000 to a larger size check, you need 700,000. You only have to add 400,000 more points. Okay? That's how we get qualified, and that's one part of how we have to be ready for making money. The next part is that we introduce people, and people are joining, okay? Now in Atomy, we are what we call a binary system. We have 2 lines or 2 legs. Did you hear that? 2 legs. We don't have 8 legs. We're not a spider, an octopus. You know, don't start making 8 legs. Some people make the mistake of making 8 legs, but there's really a reason to keep with the 2 legs. Talk to your sponsor over and over until you understand that. 2 legs are what makes things happen very quickly and uses synergy. So these 2 legs, people are buying. So my friend Joe decides he's going to buy some wonderful skincare for his wife. So he's going to buy 4 boxes of skincare for his wife and daughter and for some other people. And he's going to receive 100,000 PV in his personal points down here. But the beauty of Atomy is that those points are going to come up to me as well in my left group points. And Mr. Lee is on the other side, and he heard that I use Hemoheme, and I'm really strong, and I can play tennis twice as long as I used to, and he's going to buy 4 boxes of Hemoheme. And when he buys his 4 boxes and gets his 100,000 points, those points are going to come up to my right side. So each of my legs is going to have group points, and it's going to be the total sum of that group. There's no time limit. So there's no time limit. It doesn't matter how much people are buying, when they buy. We also have unlimited earnings of these points. What I mean by that is unlimited levels, is that there could be a person 100 places down, 1,000 places down, 10,000 places down, even 1,000,000 places down. And all of those points come up, and they go into our left-hand group values. And when we receive 300,000 points in our left group and 300,000 points in our right group, we will get a check for $70. Now that's calculated daily and paid weekly. And as the volume goes up and people buying, you're getting another $70 check another day. At first it may be once a month, twice a month, then it's once a week, then you get every day. But then people love Atomy, and they bring 600 people to something like this, and they go tell 100 other people. And suddenly you've got enough that you have to, increase your qualified points to 700 because you want to get $140 now a day. And then as the volume goes up, with 1.5 million on the left and 1.5 million on the right, our check is $280 a day. And so 2.4 million and 2.4 million, again, we're up at our qualification of 2.4 million. We're getting a check of $420 a day. And guess what? We're done for personal qualification. That's how generous Atomy is. Now, when the points go up to 6 million and 6 million, $700 a day check. 2020, $1,180. 50/50, $1,400. $1,400 a day. We get paid on 26 days a month because we don't order on Sundays. 26 days at $1,400 is, guess what? $36,000 every month. That's $436 a year. How good is that? Sounds pretty good, right? Yeah. Well, I'm glad you were clapping for the good news because I have some bad news for you. For general commission, that's it. That's the maximum. We set a limit. You'll see why later. But we do set a limit on that. But the great thing here is that we can work as a group. So when you come in, there's a couple things you have to know about binary system. First of all, when you get paid on your lower leg. So if you come in and there are 6 million points sitting on one leg and you finally reach that 300,000 points, you get a check for how much? Do you get a $700 check or do you get a $70 check? $70, okay? And that's what happens. And some people say, well, why is that? And I say, well, okay, those 6 million PV are created by people that have been working hard, introducing people, and you may only have been a month or two actively, and you have to make some effort. Usually you have a lot of points on one leg, but that's from the group that's already been working. I call that kind of my socialist leg, because I get to learn from them, get their points while I'm learning to be a leader. But then I have to get off my butt, and I have to go out and introduce Atomy products and make Atomy a household name. And when I do that, I'm working on my second leg. So now I'm working on my money leg, what I call my capitalist leg, okay? But it's not one leg over the other. We have to build two legs, each of us. We build two legs. We're responsible for two legs, okay? Some people say, well, I've had someone say, well, why can't I get a check? Because there's already 20 million. Why do I even have to build this other leg? And I say, what are you, a socialist? Why would anybody pay you just because you're sitting there? You may have bought a couple things. No, that's not the way. I've had people say, well, what happens when I get my check? There's 6 million and I had 300,000 and I got my $70 check. So I expect them to call me and be so excited. And they are. But within a few seconds they say, but what happened to my 5.7 million points? They're asking me. They're a little bit upset. And I say, oh, okay, wait a minute now. Tell me again. Did you say my 5.7 million points? I say, well, excuse me, nicely. Weren't those points made by people that were already working before you? Do you know most of those people? No, those are not my points until I introduce and I get involved in the system. So there's a couple things you'll learn more from your sponsors. But the point I want to say here is that we have a great opportunity to practically make significant income, Let me tell you, there's even more opportunity because this is a global business. And as we talked about before, companies are opening up. There are many countries represented in this room. I see Chinese, Indonesian, Filipino, Palauan. So many people are here. Mexicans, so many people are here. And neighbors in your family. And New Jersey has the most number of international people. And so we have an opportunity to bring it to the world. Okay? So that's why it's an opportunity. But we have even more of a stairway to heavenly success in Atomy. We have a stairway to income and balanced life success. So we have 7 levels. You've seen on the stage Sales Masters, Diamond Master, Sharon Rose, Star, Royal, Crown, and Imperial Master. This is our levels of success that we can achieve. And we achieve this in part by also receiving a bonus. So how do we make a bonus? So in every 2 weeks, we calculate our general commission checks. When we get 8 $70 checks, we will have received $560 of general commission. At that point, the bonus kicks in, or the bonus comes in, and we receive another $450, so we receive $1,000 for that 2-week period. We're trying to become a sales master, which is our first career step. And so we achieve this, and then we repeat that a second time, and we have a second $1,000 for those last 2 weeks, which gives us $2,000 a month. Okay? $2,000 a month will give us a sales master level. And when we achieve this consistently and repeatedly, we become what's called an auto sales master. And every level has this status of auto. What that means is that you're going to continuously benefit from that volume so that you'll always achieve that amount of $2,000 a month. Now, not just you, but also your children and your grandchildren to 3 generations. And is $2,000 a lot of money as residual income? Yes. You could change your apartment. You could get a better car. You could pay off some debt. But $2,000 a month is $24,000 a year. And it's residual income. So what happens with residual income, everybody knows residual income, right? It's like interest from the bank. Now, you know how much cash you'd need in a savings account to get $24,000 a year at 2%? You'd need over $1 million of cash. Now, how many people have an extra $1 million of cash sitting in the bank to make $24,000? I'm not seeing too many people raise their hand. Oh, I forgot. That was the number last year because it was 2% interest. But the economy has gone down so much. The average interest rate on a savings or CD is now 1%. Sorry, you need $2 million now. But Atomy never changed. We only need this to have a residual income of $2,000 a month. How do you practically market and do this? So to receive that $1,000, we said that we needed 2.5 on each leg. Well, how does that practically happen? Well, we've counted, if you're a loyal consumer who buys and switches their products, an average loyal consumer uses 100,000 PV of product a month. In my case, I've counted. Now, how many people have used 1 product a day of Atomy? Can you raise your hand? Okay. Do you use at least 1 product a day from Atomy? Okay, keep your hand raised if you use 5 products a day. How about 10 products a day? How about 15 products a day? Okay. Many people getting there. How about 20? How about 30? Some people even 30. These are loyal consumers, but let's say it's just 100,000 a day, a month. With that, you need 25 households on each leg to achieve $1,000 of income. You double that again, another 25 on each leg. So in 1 month, you need 50 households on one leg and 50 households on the other leg. So 100 households will give us that $2,000 a month residual income. Now, what's harder? To put $1 million in the bank to get $24,000 a year? Or to introduce 100 households who are going to consume a month? Which is easier? A, $1 million extra in the bank? Anybody? Or B, 100 households using Atomy? B. Of course, B, this is a success system. And did anybody invest any money? Any stock? Right? Did you have to pay any fees? Website fee? No. Anything? Right? Were you required to buy anything? No. So this is a very, very generous system in so many ways. How do you practically get those households? The first thing is to be able to raise your hand when people say are using 5 or 10 products. Become a auto consumer, a loyal consumer. Because why would you spend more money than you need to on products that are inferior? Atomy has great products, right? At cheap prices. And what we're doing so far before Atomy came along was that I admit it, I've gone into Walmart, I've bought some razors, and I've given them some profit. Do you know that the top 3 family members of Walmart have a net worth of $100 billion? That's billion with a B. $100 billion. That's my money and probably some of your money. Let's change that. Let's shop among ourselves within Atomy. Does anybody want to shop among ourselves in Atomy and give each other $24,000 a year and more? Yes, we can do it. All we need to do is switch to save and be healthy with Atomy. That's the beauty of it. Secondly, once we're using the product, all we have to do is share. Share the product. That's it. Some people say, well, I'm not good at selling. And I say, what do you mean selling? You don't have to sell an Atomy at all. You know why? Because everybody I know as a human being, they're always complaining to me. My stomach hurts. Probiotics. I've got pimples. I can't get a date. I can't get a spouse. AC solution. We don't have to sell. We just have to use these 2 ears that God gave us in our heart to say, why don't you try this? It's a beautiful thing, and you'll save money, right? You'll be healthy. So it's using and sharing, right? Yes, we can share the love. That's all it is. Finally, we attend meetings. Now, some of you might have been dragged here today, but you'll learn to drag other people too, because this is a wonderful opportunity. But attend the meetings. It's a free system. I don't know how many of you have heard of people like Robert Kiyosaki or Donald Trump who have seminars that they charge you $500, right? And then what happens when you leave there? Before you leave the building, they sell you another seminar for $500. Can you imagine? So this system works. These meetings work. It's very free. It's encouraging. It's a new way of life to get new hope. So just do that and follow the 8 steps to success, which you'll learn. So now I want to share with you, how much can we earn? How much can we make in Atomy? So we have these levels, and sales masters make $2,000 to $4,000 a month. Diamonds, $4,000 to $10,000. Sharon Rose, $10,000 to $20,000. Star Masters, $20,000 to $40,000. Royal Masters, $40,000 to $45,000. And Crown Masters, $45,000 to $50,000. And Imperial Masters, $50,000 and above. That's general commission and bonus, right? Now, we talked about how you get to the sales master, but the other levels means that you have to become a self-leader. You have to share, you have to sponsor people, you have to encourage them. You become a captain, right, of your own, you're a president of your own business. Incredible. And guess what? We make as much as presidents of companies. Do you know that when we make at Royal Master at $40,000 a month, that's equal to $480,000 every year? You know how much we're making more than? The President of the United States only makes $450,000 a year. And he has to worry about negotiating arms treaties, terrorism, his Secretary of State putting her emails on some computer. Their hair is getting gray. We don't have any of that. The worst thing we have to do is come to a Success Academy, enjoy some meal with some positive people, right? Make people healthier, overcome all their health problems and their financial problems. We're just doing good stuff. We don't have to deal with all that. And we can make more money than that. Isn't that great? What an opportunity. And this clapping is really for Mr. Park and the leadership team of Atomy. because he could have created this company differently and not be so generous to share with us. So that's why this is a possibility. So what we have to do is just keep at it. Follow the system, learn the system, and it works, and get partners, and we'll all go up together to success. Now, it's not just about that money. We also receive special promotions. So sales masters and diamond masters receive product promotions. Sharon Masters and Star Masters start to receive these one-time cash bonuses. Sharon Rose Master, $2,000 one-time bonus. Star Master, $10,000 one-time bonus. That sounds pretty good, right? Some travel tickets. 2 travel tickets at Sharon Rose, 4 travel tickets at Star Master. Royal Master starts to be, wow, $50,000 one-time bonus, promotional bonus. A car of $1,000 value lease a month. More travel. And now we have a $2,000 a month expense debit card to spoil our downline. Encourage them. Buy them some bulgogi, some kimchi, some empanadas, right? Some good stuff. We can spoil them, right? Now, I've been on vacations before I joined Atomy. I'll admit it. I've been to Animal Kingdom in Walt Disney World, and I've spent about $4,000, right? I had a good time that week, but when I came back, I was eating tuna fish sandwiches for the next 4 months. Okay? That was the old world. But I bet Atomy, and I've seen our Sharon Rose Masters and our Star Masters go on their trip, pulling in $10,000 a month residual income, $20,000 a month residual income, and I bet they didn't worry about coming home and eating tuna fish sandwiches. So that's how we can enjoy our life, even on vacations. So Crown Masters, now $300,000 bonus. Doesn't that sound good? Another car of $60,000, 4 more travel tickets. We're going to be very popular in our families, folks. Everybody's going to want to know us and go on vacation. $5,000 bonus now. We can really spoil those friends with the best food. And finally, the top line is the Imperial Master, $1 million one-time bonus. $1 million cash. I don't even think the Federal Reserve prints that much money that they're going to have to give out to us in America for the Atomy bonuses. But $1 million, you know what's going to happen when and there are 3 Crown Masters. One of them is sitting here, who are just 1 step away from Imperial Master. Mr. Park already has the forklifts ready. It's going to be on not only TV, it's going to be on Facebook, Snapchat, you name it, Twitter. Everybody's going to suddenly notice when they're giving out $1 million extra bonus. And you know what's going to happen then? People are going to wake up if they didn't hear already from you and me. They're going to say, how do I get into Atomy? How do I get in? Who knows the system? And what are we going to say? Here I am. Come on, join my team. Join my team and come to the Atomy success. That's what's going to happen. And this $1 million, also more travel tickets. Now a chauffeur in a very luxury car. A secretary in an office of almost a 2,000 square foot office that's as big as some people's houses and condos these days. That's just your office. And more, $10,000 a month, right? Of expense account. This is incredible. Is this a good opportunity or what? It's a very nice opportunity. Very nice opportunity. You know what's so nice about this? It's a change of the world. Other companies are built like this, right? You know what this looks like? A pyramid. Yeah, pyramid. You know what that is? That's every other company in the last 100 years. That's Google, Facebook, General Motors, the U.S. government. There's a few people at the top, the management and their shareholders that make all the money, and there's all the rest of us working hard, but getting just a little bit. In fact, it's gotten worse. You can look it up on TED Talks, Income Inequality, at least in America. You can see that the difference is getting worse. But we don't blame those systems. That's what's been there. It's been there for at least 100 years. Has anybody heard of the game Monopoly? Has anybody played Monopoly? Yes. What's that all about? Within a few hours, 2 hours to 5 hours, someone has what? All the hotels, all the cash, all the get-out-of-jail cards. and everybody else is broke. That's the way the system works until now. Atomy is a binary system that's generous to beginners. It's not a star system. You don't have to have a PhD, an MA, any alphabet letters. You don't need them. You just need an ear and a mouth, right? And a heart. That's all you need. So the income opportunity is there's an equal level of success because we put an income ceiling. I told you that bad news. We can only make $50,000 a month. But that's not bad, right? We're pushing down what other MLMs would give to their top earners to get 10 to 20 million. We're pushing it down to the beginners. So we could go up to success together, all the way up together. And there's no time limit. There's no time limit. So take your time. In Atomy, if you think you can do it, you're right. But if you think you cannot do it, you're also right. Think positive that you can, and you will. Because you will become what you think. This is reality. This success is yours. Change your mind, change your heart. Get involved today. Get involved to change your life. And let's all meet at the top with a balanced life, not only earning money, but caring for people's needs and helping them. So thank you for this opportunity today. I very much appreciate it. 감사합니다.